I remember you moved to Florida, and that's why I want to mention, is that where you got the fanny pack style from? Because I feel like when you came back, you didn't have the fanny pack style, bro.
So, I mean, yeah, at some point, fanny packs were a thing in Florida. My mom told me it was probably the stupidest decision I ever made. And then I stalled at the...
Do you think you fucked up your car during the time that you had it?
No.
All right, word. So you learned quick.
I'm a pretty fast learner.
All right,
I'm pretty mechanically inclined with certain stuff.
Right. I was with my homie Vince. Shout out Vince. Vince from Hamburg, Germany. Ich liebe Deutschland.
Okay.
And yo, tell me how we was in Amsterdam. We went to a head shop because out there, all that's legal, right?
Of course.
And where you get psychedelics.
I remember we went to our farm.
I got you pussy.
Nah, I was 10 years old at the time. So as I'm getting in the elevator, he lunges at me. And bites onto my pants. Lucky he didn't bite my skin, but he caught onto my pants and was dangling there for a minute.
Damn.
And I had to shove him off because I thought he was really...
What kind of dog? A small dog?
A schnauzer.
A dog. It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know.
So yeah, we got Kenny in the crib. What's good,
What's good, Axel? Bro,
yo, long fucking time, man.
Bro,
long time.
I can't even remember the last time I've probably seen you. Like, probably since high school. It's just been so long.
It's been years, but we should tell the people like how we even know each other. We knew each other from back in
since 194, bro. Since
junior high school.
Junior high school,
bro.
Yeah. To be exact, probably I think it was Miss Kim.
You
remember Miss Kim?
Oh, math.
Yeah, no, wasn't it math?
I think it's math.
Yeah, it was math. It was definitely.
It's gotta be.
Has to be, yeah. Wow, bro.
Bro, and then I remember you moved to Florida, and that's why I want to mention, is that where you got the fanny pack style from? Because I feel like when you came back, you didn't have the fanny pack style, bro.
So, I mean, yeah, at some point, fanny packs were a thing in Florida.
Right.
Like, everyone had one just to carry stuff around. Eventually, I got, into the kind of fashion. That's their thing, because a lot, in Florida, at least from where I lived, in Orlando, it's a lot of Puerto Ricans. It's majority of the Spanish people there.
Oh, word?
Yeah, it's more and more densely populated with Puerto Ricans, and that's their style, what they bring from Puerto Rico itself.
Word.
They're wearing fanny packs or what are those, like those computer bags
kind
of thing. Yeah, satchels, anything like that. So it just grew part of me.
And where are you from?
Well, my background?
Colombian, right?
Oh, Colombian, yes.
Right, okay. So how was it a Colombian young buck from New York living in Orlando like?
It's different. The vibe is definitely different. The scenery is very different. I mean, it's like...
School was different?
Well, I didn't go to school. Well, actually, no, I lied. I did go to school there, but it was only for a year. It was throughout middle school. Everyone was mostly focused on sports. There was like a thing over there, like each, I guess, section, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they had like their designated team. I know back then in 6th grade, it was like the Colts, the football team.
Okay.
So everyone was just like, kind of focus on that. Just
you was into football or not?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm not too crazy about sports, to be honest.
Well, you picked up on cars when you was down there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's when you started getting
I mean, I've always liked cars since I lived here.
Okay.
But over there, the scene is a lot more, like, dense, meaning, like, there's a lot more people into cars.
I feel like because you guys have bigger roads, right?
That's one thing. Two, everyone owns their own garage over there at this point, Everyone living in houses. It's not here where you, like, busy streets and stuff like that. Everyone has homes where they have their own driveway. And they can work on pretty much anything in their own place without having to spend on a mechanic or anything like that.
Wow, because they're doing their own job. They're doing their own work.
Yeah, YouTube, bro. YouTube mechanics. That's all there's out there. No, I'm kidding. There's some people that take a passion. I have a couple boys, too, that literally just bring a 6-pack over to their house and they'll just start working on their cars by themselves.
Word.
Just learning as they go. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear all the time, honestly. And it's a good tool to have under your belt because if you're in a tough situation, you go into a mechanic, they're gonna charge you like
an
crazy.
arm and leg. I mean, depending as to what's
where
broken.
you go, right?
Yeah,
what's broken, you're right.
Yeah.
And when did you get into Subarus?
Subarus. I mean, growing up, I was always a Mitsubishi fan, like into like the Evos and all that. But throughout time, I started liking more like the STI. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Rex STI. And I couldn't afford an STI, at the age I was.
Expensive, right?
It's expensive, bro. They're like 30, 40 grand cars. Respectfully, though, because of what it comes with. But I grew into the Subaru a lot more because of my car, which is a BRZ. My mom even saw me in that car even before I even thought about the car itself years ago. I'm not gonna lie, at first trying to get the car was a hassle. My credit was shit. I had no money really saved up just to trade in offer in my first car. But for some reason, I guess I was like in a way, Destiny told me not to get it yet. Like wait on it, be patient. You know, don't go crazy about it. So I spent about a year and a half working on stuff, saving up, fixing my credit.
Hell yeah.
And then I just one day randomly was like, yo, let me just fucking.
I can do this.
Not only that, but I just like let me get curious. Let me see what's going on. Like,
Okay.
what the price is looking like, you know? And I'm just like, okay, this looks affordable. And then boom, I stumble onto this car. And I'm just like 5 miles away from me, some dealership. I was like, really? Car was nice, 20,000 miles, one owner. And it was a limited edition as well.
Because of the color.
Because of the color, yes. It's a factory color, and they only made 500 in the world in that color.
Wow.
So it's very unique.
Yeah.
Obviously, anyone could go do it, paint it themselves. But the car itself coming in it, it's also like the seats are stitched to that same color. The stitching it all around the car and everything is just makes
It's
it
meant for it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also my first manual. I've never driven a manual in my life. Before I went to the dealership, like 2-3 days before that, I was.
So you learn how to drive manual with the car that you have.
Yes, my mom told me it was probably the stupidest decision I ever made. And then I stalled at the.
Do you think you fucked up your car during the time that you had it?
No.
All right, word. So you learned quick.
I'm a pretty fast learner.
All right,
I'm
word.
pretty mechanically inclined
Yeah.
with certain stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it was.
But it's much nicer, right? Tell me not when you.
Oh, yeah.
When you,
especially
get
when you're going
comfortable
down
with
like
it.
a tunnel or like you have an exhaust system set up with like some headers or stuff like that. Pretty much, just going down a tunnel, downshifting, and just letting all out.
They say you save more gas actually too.
Yeah, well, not in the city.
Oh, okay.
Traffic,
Right.
constantly stopping, going, stopping, going, stopping,
Okay.
going.
Okay.
That-
Yeah, I see that.
It's more cost. Well, yeah, it's more effective on the gas, but just itself, no, it's definitely a really fun car. Probably one of the best cars I've driven so far.
If money wasn't an option, if money wasn't the issue, rather, what car would you want?
Ooh, I want so many,
Yeah.
but I'll go get a Porsche.
A Porsche?
A fucking Porsche, bro.
What kind of Porsche?
I'd say like a GT3,
Okay.
GT2.
Nice. Same color?
No, actually,
color?
the blue is just like a little. But color-wise, I mean, shit. My favorite color is that like the battleship gray. You know, that really really nice like sturdy gray. I really love that color, and it stands out a lot.
I see that.
Yeah.
It's like a light gray, right?
Yes, it's a light gray.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. And it goes nice, especially with all the surroundings. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
exactly. It's a very neutral color as well, so that's why I really like about it.
And where would you live if money wasn't an option?
Oh man, if money wasn't an option,
Like a problem, rather. I don't know why I keep saying option.
okay, I guess a problem. I definitely would live in Colombia.
Colombia?
Yeah.
Okay, word. Why?
It's just everything's so cheap over there, bro. And I have a couple friends. Actually, you might remember somebody, David Giraldo. Ring a bell?
Yeah.
He lives down there.
Word?
He travels back and forth to New York
Nice.
and goes down there. Yeah, and he tells me it's pretty good to live out there. Like, you know, you're able to save a lot of money and a lot of stuff compared to here.
Right.
People out there are really nice as well. I'm not saying it's the safest place, you know, because you still got crazy shit going on.
Right.
In those kind of places.
So he
but-
has a crib out there, and then he has his spot out here.
Yes.
And how does he keep his place secure? Well, I probably have. That's like, I don't know if you know.
Well,
But how do you keep a place secure in this, you know what I mean, environment when you're going? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
he works from home. That's the
Okay.
thing. He doesn't work for somebody. He's his own boss.
nice.
I
nice.
think what he does is kind of like I don't know the exact job position title, but it's pretty much like he lends people money, like businesses, to start their business.
Okay.
And so obviously there's some sort of interest on top of that they
Right.
have to pay back.
Okay.
So it's like lending capital.
Right.
That's what he does.
Nice.
Yeah. So I know he's been doing that for quite a while already, and he's been doing pretty good.
That's cool. Maybe I could get him on the podcast if you're watching this.
Oh
Hit me
yeah,
up.
I still keep in touch with him here and there. Actually, I think he's in New York this week. I'm not
Alright,
sure,
word.
but I think I saw something.
Yeah, let's link that up.
Yeah.
But dope, man. And when did you stumble upon psychedelics, and what was the first psychedelic you tried?
Right, because we spoke about the mushroom shit, bro. My first time was actually like I think 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. I had shrooms.
What was the experience like? What'd you do? What happened?
I mean,
What'd you feel?
so I was pretty much in my boy's crib. We were watching the show on Netflix, the show Celebrities, their experience off of psychedelics. You know, they would share like things not to do, things that you would feel. So I kind of grasped the idea of what everyone went through, and I just put it into my mind while I was in that state. We're like, okay. Like, one important thing I know for a fact was don't look at a mirror. That was like the crucial shit all these celebrities would say, like, do not look in the mirror, do not look. You'll literally stay there for hours, which I avoided the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, but I felt really uplifted. I felt very, like, how can I say, like, I was just thinking a lot of stuff, you know, and then picturing it for myself.
Thinking about stuff in terms of what? Like when you were a child, doing...
just positive things that were
okay,
going on at
positive
that time.
affirmations.
Yeah, like that was going on at that time. I was hanging with my boys, you know, like I was a pretty steady job at that point. So it's like just a lot of stuff, a lot of positive things while I was in that state of mind until I got home, which was the worst thing ever.
Why?
I had a really bad trip at that point. I guess because like I did the shrooms throughout the day. I got home, and as soon as I got out the car, it was already nighttime. Like,
The come down was bad.
It just switched quick, and something clicked in my mind where like everything just went negative.
Damn.
And my girl saw that. She was with me, and she rushed me into the house, past my grandma, because God forbid my grandma sees me like that. You know, that's the last thing I don't want her to see. But she took me into the room. She had me calm down. She handed me my controller to play Xbox to see maybe if I get like, you know, some recollection of where I'm at, what am I doing.
Right.
But that didn't help. And then I just remember laying down on the floor, and I just felt like I was being buried in my own coffin, like in my funeral. It was crazy. It was such a weird feeling. I couldn't snap out of it. I was so trapped in my mind for some weird reason. Like my thoughts were just so
going in a rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. As you could say, pretty much a hole. And I felt like I couldn't get out. It took a while, but I eventually came back to sense of where I was and what was going on.
Did you feel better afterwards?
I felt like shit.
Oh, you did not have a good experience,
bro.
Man. That was like...
It was positive for the first 4 or 5 hours that I was busy doing stuff, but when
Right.
it came to where everything changing, I guess my scenery changing, that's when everything went to shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. How about you? What about psychedelics? Anything? you've
Yo,
gone through?
bro, I've had several trips. I've had good ones. I've had bad ones.
Okay.
Actually, the only bad one I had
Okay.
was it was similar to yours. I had 2 bad stories.
Okay.
One bad story was when I was in Amsterdam and I was with my homie.
That's cool. Okay.
Nah, not that cool. I'll tell you the fucking story though. But I was with my homie Vince. Shout out Vince. Vince from Hamburg, Germany. Ich liebe Deutschland.
Okay.
And yo, tell me how we was in Amsterdam. We went to a head shop because out there, all that's legal, right?
Of course.
And where you get psychedelics, like you get what did we have? We had truffles.
Truffles. Is it like one of those kind of places that they show movies where like you walk into a store and they have like bins of like you can pick some of that, get some of that.
Yes, but like the psychedelics and the weed
Okay.
is not in the same place.
Separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's different stores. And I'm pretty sure out there's not a place where there's like weed and liquor. Like everything's separate. Everything has its own like thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we went to this head shop. We got this thing called truffles. Truffles is basically shrooms, but they make it in a different way.
Okay. Like an edible?
Yes.
Okay.
Shrooms is edible, right? You're
As
eating
is,
shrooms, but
yeah,
like in a different form. Yes, I guess in an edible.
Okay.
And we got some shit. I forgot the name of it. It was like medium strength. We don't want to go too wild, right?
You want to be careful about that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And we went to this park, and we ate like half and half.
Okay.
And we're chilling at the park. And to be honest, we probably didn't wait that long. But we were both just like, yo, are you feeling anything? Because I'm not feeling
That's the
anything.
first question you ask.
Right.
Like, that's when you know.
That's what we should have known, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't know.
Shit.
We didn't know. So, so then afterwards, we decided to go back to go get some more. But by the time we went back to the head shop, we started feeling it more.
Oh, okay.
When we were ready at the head shop, we're like, yo, should we get more? Deciding on whether or not to get more. We ended up fucking getting more. And not only did we get more, we got a stronger fucking dose.
Oh, nah.
We got some, and I remember the second one's name. The second one's name to this date. It was Cosmic Gate.
Cosmic. That sounds
Some
like
shit,
some crazy
some
shit.
shit.
It's
It was like some
Cosmic
Cosmic
Gate.
Gate.
You got into like the gates of like.
Yo, it was wild. So it was a bad decision. You know why?
Why?
Because the streets of Amsterdam is like the streets of New York, bro.
So it's a lot of streets.
Mad people.
Oh, a lot of people.
In the sense
busy
of that,
streets.
yeah, busy
Okay.
streets, mad people. People like walking around. Like,
Right.
It's OD. Obviously, the architecture is not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the relevance is that there's a lot of people there. Same way there's a lot of people in Times Square or whatever in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro, you know when you on that type of shit, you don't want to be around too many people, especially too many people you don't know.
Start staring at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why you look
start
like that? What's going on?
Exactly.
So it's like
Exactly. So I was in my head a lot about that, and I was like, "Fuck!" And
that's
the
where
whole
it
time,
starts. That's
right.
where it starts.
But the whole time that I'm feeling that way, my friend is having a great time. He's like,
He's chilling, not even thinking about that.
He's not thinking about that at all. I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm having a bad trip. He has a good trip. I was trying to have a good trip, but it didn't work. And that was like the only time that it was bad.
Because you were just stuck overthinking. Like.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second time it was bad. It was only bad for a moment. So it wasn't bad for the entire time. It was interesting. I've had a lot of thoughts and different things. I always refer to psychedelics being like you're a child again, experiencing everything as if it was new.
Okay,
you know,
I get
even
that.
Thought or even the way nature is and what you do.
Yeah, because you pick up the vibration everything gives off around you.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, my bad. And I just want to tell you this one story because that's like the second time that it was bad, and then that's it.
Sure.
But to make a small story short, this dude that we were chilling with at the time, he had a soccer ball. Okay. And he kicked it and almost like killed this rat. And for some reason in my mind, I'm like, yo, what if this motherfucker tried to kill me with a soccer ball? Yo, but that's why I don't know, man. Psychedelics. If I ever do psychedelics, and I've had other experiences, but if I were to ever do psychedelics again, it would probably just be shrooms and just a little bit of it, and that's it.
So have you tried like acid, or have you?
I've tried
experimented
acid.
with
I've
stuff?
tried DMT. You know what I'm saying?
DMT is one thing I haven't tried. I've heard stories about it where it's very, very like.
I would say
it's very powerful. But
it's powerful and it's amazing, but it's not something you could do over and over again. This is like something you do one time and then not for a very, very long time.
I figure, yeah. I've done acid a couple. Actually,
and not even because it would do anything bad for you. It's just that the effect won't be the same and it won't work. You know what I mean? Well, yeah. At least it didn't for me.
Okay. I've done acid a little bit more times than I have shrooms. Shrooms has just been that one time and one time only. Just because before that, I've already had experimented with acid a couple times. Mostly like when I go out to like the club scene. Like
I couldn't imagine myself doing acid.
Oh, it's great, bro.
Wow.
My first time was actually in the club scene, getting a tap of acid. But I wasn't like in these like Spanish clubs or anything like that. I was more in like in the tech scene, like tech house scene. And like Advent Gardner or Output, Shermansky's, where's another Brooklyn Mirage, those kind of places, and they play like, house music, and it's just something about the bass of the music hitting you while you're on acid. It's a very weird sensation. You feel your nerves really tingly, but not in a weird way. More like you feel the music hit you, and it really like feeds off your body, like with those type of
vibrations.
Yeah, it's definitely
from the bass, from the
yeah, and it's always a chill vibe. I mean, when I go, I mostly go out with my boys. We go in a small group. We take a tab, half a tab. Nothing too crazy because we're gonna smoke there too. We're gonna buy beers. We're gonna chill. And it's always a good vibe.
Dope.
Definitely always is a good vibe.
All right, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is trying DMT or trying ayahuasca or that type of thing?
Ayahuasca I've never heard of.
Ayahuasca is basically the DMT that you drink, but it's a longer trip. You know how DMT when you smoke it, it's like 15 minutes and then it's done.
Not familiar. I haven't actually met someone that does DMT. You would be the first.
So basically, the actual effect of DMT is only like 15 minutes, but afterwards you have like a crazy sensation of peace.
Okay.
At least that's what I felt.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that peace feeling lasted for like 2.5 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And it wasn't a bad feeling. It was like a very clear,
calming
feeling. And you didn't even want to smoke. You didn't want to, like, you just wanted to.
You just wanted to feel what you feel.
Right. Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah, it was. And, but from what I hear, ayahuasca is like 12 hours.
I mean, acid's to that specific feeling, or is the intensity?
Well, the intensity, I guess. I guess so much more comes out, and it's a longer way up, longer way down, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, because what acid is like about that, it's about like 8 hours, 10 hours, depending on the strength of the dosage.
Right.
But yeah, like acid's pretty fun. Oh, I have a fucking horrible story actually with acid. Not like a bad trip. It's just What a fucking day, bro. Like, I went out with my boys. I think it was actually the first time I did acid. I went out to the spot called Output. We got there like what time? I think it was like 10. We all took it like around 12. So I had work the next day. I worked in Long Island at that point. I worked in Glen Head at a restaurant. And I was for a cashier that day. So it's a small shop next to a train station, like an actual like LIRR train station. And it's just one person at the register taking care of the people who want to dine in and order out. And then we have a cook. So it was just me and the other guy the whole day.
Okay.
So I got to work literally with no sleep. Because when I got home, the only thing that kept on playing in my head was the music. The music, or at least my body would still feel like kind of weird. Kind of like, when you go to sleep and you're drunk, like you still have a sensation of like, I don't know, like you're kind of awake, but you're not. Like your body's awake. So that's what I felt, and I couldn't sleep the whole night, and I had to go to work the next day, and I was like, shit. And my shift was from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. No sleep, the acid coming down, and I was by myself the whole shift.
Damn.
The worst fucking thing ever, bro. I was so tired, so drained. I tried to eat, tried to drink, but my body would reject it. I was throwing up. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, such a shitty day. I don't even know how the fuck I got home, actually.
But you did it. You conquered it.
I did it, bro. I pushed forward. I was like, I can't miss out on this shit. I could have called out. Anyone would tell me to call out, but at the same time, it's like, I prioritize work a little bit too much to where, like, I always like to show up and not miss out.
Right.
I mean, shit, it's how I eat, bro. It's what pays me, bro. So I have to do it, especially when you got shit like commitments and everything. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, I pushed through, bro. That was one day I was like, I really should have called out, but I still went ahead and did it.
But then after that, you were just like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. It's too.
Oh no, I would do it after, just not on the day.
But not
at
the
work.
same, exactly.
Yeah, not on the next day at work, because I realized.
No, I was still.
Because with acid, you have to make sure you're not doing shit the next day, because that's your recovery. It closes out your system, whatever way.
Shit,
So it's very important. If you try acid, definitely have the next day off, or don't do shit the next day. Just be home watching movies.
Yeah, that's like you're on a vacation. I feel like
basically for the day.
Right. It's funny as fuck.
Besides that shit, man, I mean, I'm not really picky with other drugs. Like, I've done coke once, not really my thing. I just don't really like the, what's it called? The drip. It goes down through your throat. It's very disgusting. Like, I don't know how people enjoy that.
The chemical taste?
Yeah, it's just really disgusting. I don't fuck with it. I tried it once just to keep up, and that was the last time ever.
Just to keep up? With the night because you were trying to stay up?
No. I mean, no, because I was on my boy, and, like, he had it because he just was like, yo, like, he was just going to take a couple bumps, and then my other boy was interested. So I went with them just to see what's up.
Right.
And then I just got curious. So it's just like, fuck it, let me
That'd be that shit where it'd be like the curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah.
But you never know, like, cause it's fucked up. Like, how many people fucking died from the fentanyl shit?
Right, because they laced their coke. Right. Yeah.
So it's fucked up. Yeah. Now, I mean,
back in the day, that wasn't an issue.
But who knows? It's still all fucked up. Just you know what I'm saying? Just
because people would lace bud with a fucking K2.
Oh man!
Back in the day, my dad's told me times where he had bud and he'd get some weird trip and it'd be like K2 laced.
That's crazy.
Back in the day,
I remember when we were in Flushing.
Okay.
Do you remember that park that's by Flushing? They have a handball court.
Is it Vladimir or Bound Park?
I think Bound Park.
Okay.
And I remember someone was smoking K2 in the.
Really?
But knowingly smoking K2.
That's dirty.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, I get to each their own. Everyone picks their drug of choice, but when you start fucking with shit that has chemicals and shit like that, I think that's too much.
But acid is chemicals.
In a way, but it's a very small like dosage of it.
Oh no, I just think they just figured out right fucking way.
Maybe so.
But at the same time, it's like, who knows? I do feel like if people are gonna try to do any form of psychedelic, they should microdose before trying.
Definitely, agreed. Not like me who had a whole eighth of shrooms the first time. Which I hate.
Not the move.
Because I was new to that. I've never seen someone have shrooms. My boy was just getting into it. It's not like he did that his first time neither, which he should have told me. But he just gave me the bag and he's like, go
crazy.
Well, pretty much do what the fuck you want to do. I'm like,
all right.
A slice of pizza, eat it, chilling, and then pretty much that's what happened. But I really wonder what would happen if I took less. I really do wonder if I took.
You probably enjoy it.
Yeah. But either way, I prefer to say I would. Acid is more of my choice if I were to do psychedelics.
I feel like for me, again, I would just still stick to shrooms and just do my like little bit.
Okay.
Just microdose and that's it. You don't need to do no crazy shit to experience something.
Yeah, because some people be wild out. Like I don't know if you heard of K, Special K, the horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, I've heard people doing that shit too. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine who would do it, and he would just tell me he experienced something called a K hole, where it's like you get like, I don't know if it's the same thing what I was experiencing when it comes to the mushrooms, but he told me it's a pretty like trippy thing where like you start seeing shit and everything. I'm like, bro, how do you enjoy that shit? He's like, it just makes me feel alive. Like, what if that shit, because listen, this is his theory.
Okay.
What if those things really exist, but to the naked eye, we don't see it because we're not in that state of mind, in a way. So it's like once you obviously.
But the thing is that the mind plays tricks on you.
That too.
Even if you're sober. So if you're adding chemicals to it, you have to understand that it's just that thing.
Of course, of course, but that's his idea.
Yeah, but that's a terrible idea. I would just say that because like the thing is that sometimes people get lost in the sauce with that type of shit. You know what I mean?
That's when conspiracy theories come up.
Yeah, and just a lot. Like, how many individuals have you met that were like, okay, you went past, you went a little bit too far off the wagon. You know what I mean? Like, I've met certain individuals that's just like, it's just too far. Like, I feel like there's something dope to be grounded in what's going on in real life without anything. You know, like I love smoking weed. You know what I mean? I love smoking weed. I smoke weed, but in general, I really like to know what's going on around me. You know what I mean? And the only way you know what's going on around you is by being clear to the situation. By adding chemicals to it, you are altering your perception of reality. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're wanting to see stuff differently from others.
That's why it's good to work out. It's good to do activities. It's good to like do different things that are beyond these things, so you have a well-grounded understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, because at that point you understand everything to a decent level, not just one specific thing.
Right.
So it is. It's good to be like that. Definitely is. I for certain, I like to smoke weed too. Like it's my thing. Me, I enjoy to be high. Just cause, not just cause of the munchies. Who doesn't like munchies while they smoke, right? But I don't know. It keeps me relaxed. I lean back. I start to think about stuff like, okay, like what's missing right now? Like what am I doing but not doing entirely? What can I get to? What can I accomplish? What can I learn from my current situation right now that could better me later on? I start to really dig deep into those things, and then that's when the magic happens. It's like the snowball effect, when people think of ideas and stuff like that, you got to start somewhere with that, not just think about it. They say actions are better than words. So it's always good to definitely get that snowball effect rolling.
It's true, because sometimes when people talk too much and then don't do anything, you're stopping your own progression.
It is, yeah. You're literally holding yourself back.
Right.
We are pretty much our greatest enemies,
Someone was telling me that today. We were all listening to something where it's like you're sinning on yourself by not doing what's going to be better for you. Yeah. By not choosing to continue in your pursuit, continue in what you imagine to be your life and what it could be,
Yeah. I feel like everyone has potential to definitely achieve their dreams. All it is just amount of dedication and just the willpower to push through. Everyone has their good days, everyone has their bad days, but regardless of what day it is, you always have to keep the same mentality in order to get there. Yeah, that's how I feel that people achieve what they want a lot more better.
What would you say is your dream situation?
My dream right now, bro, I definitely want to be in a better place. Who doesn't, right? Everyone,
but what place is that?
Living peacefully, having my own place, my family. I have my nice driveway cars. Like, I want to achieve stuff like that. Even, of course, that all takes money. But aside from the money part where it achieves my life, I also want to be healthier. I want to be more smart, more formal with my vocabulary. Even though my vocabulary is very sophisticated as is, but there's definitely a lot more words that could be learned and used in certain ways, right? Because the best way to gain more knowledge is through conversation.
Yeah.
You know, when you meet someone on the train, on the bus, just even saying hi to them, or, you know, they might tell you something you never heard of, or, you know, you're just learning for the first time.
Learning how to deal with people and speak to them just out in society. Some people don't face that uncomfortability.
Of course, talking, or not specifically talking, but just conversation, learning how to conversate people, it's definitely a very important skill. It definitely is a very important skill because it can take you a lot more places than just physical work or anything does.
It's true. It's the way your approaches, body language, the attention you have for what the person is speaking to you about, and understanding your moment. You know, there's open pockets for a conversation. I try my best to not interrupt anybody. You know, I try my best to not overreach. Sometimes I have a thought and I'm like, oh man, I really have to say this, you know? But I try to pull back from doing that because I find that when I'm speaking to someone, I don't want to just be the only one talking and then trying to get something out of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be fluid. There was somebody the other day, he was like, yo, I want to get one of my artists on your podcast. And I felt weird by that whole interaction. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, like, you know, I was like, you know, what was the artist like, you know? Because for me, like, I don't want to just have anyone on my podcast. Like, I like if I know I could already speak to that person, you know?
Yeah, because you don't know what their interests or likes are, or at least what they're trying to, what's their agenda at the end of the day, too. That's another big thing.
It is like that. Because for me, you don't know if that conversation even if it's worth having, you know?
Right.
For me, I find, I look back and I think about situations of like people that I worked with. I'm like, oh man, I want to get this guy on my podcast. I think it would be funny.
Yeah, because they definitely have interesting things to say about their life.
You know what I mean? Because you worked with them and you like, oh man, I chilled with this guy.
But that's the thing, because you only know them at work. What are they like outside of work? Who are they?
That's true.
Like, let's say we work together. I just know you as Axel from work. Who are you, Axel, on the outside? You know, when you're not behind this uniform. Exactly, you know? This is like, you know, aside from like your normal day-to-day job, whatever you do, this is who you are outside. You know, this is the character you created outside of that and who you focus on to be. Because, I mean, everyone's, you know, mostly into their 9-to-5 reality when they should be more focused as to who they are as a person outside.
It's true.
Because once you realize and master that, you can bring that with you pretty much anywhere, you know, and it just creates this, you know, identity of who you are to everyone who's around you, who works with you, who lives with you. You know, it could be your neighbor, could be the regular deli guy you see every day, every morning, you know. They get to see who you are for what you are.
Exactly. Yo, do you have any passions? Do you have any like certain things that you want to accomplish outside of work, or do you want to do something to create your success with it? You know what I mean? Like,
outside of work, I mean, I definitely want to be better at like working on cars.
Yeah.
I know something about cars, like I know the most general stuff, but I want to get literally to like the insides of a car, like, you know, like the brains of the car, like how does this specifically work, or like what does this pipe go to, or what could be altered to fix this, stuff like that, you know. I wish when I was living in Florida, I definitely would have used my space as to like my driveway to learn. But the thing is like most of my friends who did work on cars, they lived pretty far.
Okay.
So I never really got most of that personal atmosphere at home. I mean, I'll go to their place and they'll just be working on shit as is, and I'll be watching, visually seeing what they do, or like what's this piece called, or like how to take this out.
Okay.
So for sure, I would definitely like to be more into like.
You want to be a mechanic?
I mean, it's not my what's it called, like, you know, my career now.
You could do it as a side hustle.
Yeah, you know,
cars,
just in general, just to work on my car.
Right.
You know,
okay.
Just to like get the idea. Like, I would love to disarm my whole car, literally piece to piece, the whole engine bay, just take everything out, and then like a puzzle, just push it back little by little by little, just to get an idea what every little thing does. But I think that'd be pretty stupid to do though.
Yo, I'm not gonna compare the two, but I'm just gonna make this as like an example. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but like tell me if this is something that you felt. But when my dog had her puppies, you know what I mean? It was like a magical fucking moment. Okay. Like fucking time stood still, bro. Like I was like, holy shit, this shit's happening right now.
I can imagine.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that's why. Is it similar when you were there experiencing the birth of your daughter?
It was a very crazy moment for me, bro, because, like, you know, the whole 9 months, I was anticipating my daughter coming, this and that. And, you know, I rubbed my girl's stomach, I kissed her stomach. We would go and see, like, you know, her, the pictures of her from the...
sonogram?
Sonogram, yeah, I don't know. Forget the word. But, yeah, and it was just, like, a very huge anticipation. And then to see her come out, and then for me to go over and cut the umbilical cord, it was...
Oh, you cut it?
Yeah, I wanted to. I'm not those squeamish kind of people that see guts and stuff like that.
So, wait, time out. So, like, I don't know if you feel comfortable in saying this, but were you there looking at, like, her come out?
Yeah, I saw the whole process and everything.
That shit, I've heard men say that changed their lives, bro. Like, did it change your life?
You're seeing life itself being brought into this world, bro. It's definitely such a very, like, experience. I can't even, like, really explain the feeling very well, but it's just, it's very emotional for sure. That's a very emotional experience. Because you're seeing your life being brought in and safely, and you hear the crying for the first time, her moving, because it's different from the inside where you can barely see or, like, hear, but from outside for that first moment, definitely it was a very emotional time for me.
I feel like you don't care whether it was a boy or girl. I feel like I get that vibe from you, yeah.
Any guy would have just been always boy, always boy. No, right. I mean, me at this point, whoever it was, whatever it was, I'd always love it. You know, it's, you know, they're always going to learn as they grow up too. So it's not like a boy matters because he learns how to play with cars. He learns how to do stuff like boy stuff. Girl could do that too, but in a sense where it's like they enjoy it as well because of who they're being raised with. You know, like, and there's a lot of girls that are into cars themselves, and that's probably because their dad or brother or someone in their family definitely got them heavy into cars growing up. Right. So it's more of like how you grow your kids up, what you teach them, what they learn around you, how they learn from you. Because as they see, you know, you as their parent, they also see how you're growing up as well. Right. As they grow up.
Yeah. What do you feel are some things that you would want her to know by the time she is old enough to, like,
to watch this podcast,
you know what I mean, and
really
understand, like, you know what I mean? But don't let her watch this shit until, like, years later, bro.
Yeah,
until,
course.
Like, you know what I mean?
When she's fully understandable,
you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be so judgmental, you know what I mean? Because some people be judgmental. But what would you want to say to her in that time?
By then,
the floor is yours.
I like to say that I'm so happy, you know, that you're able to be at this age where you're very understanding and you know, like, you know, what mom and dad has been through and what we've achieved to the point where you're looking at this now, you know, and we hope that you're able to be very enlightened about that what we have together as a family is unique. Just know that we hope that we did our best too as parents, you know, to raise you well, to know that we love you and we always want the best for you. And we hope that that continues going through even until this time.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. Like, look, I feel like having a child is a whole other chapter in your life. And now you know what it is to be a father. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not going to lie to you, like, the first couple, like, you know, year or so, it was a little difficult. Not saying it's hard to be a father, but at the same time, it's definitely something new to be adjusting to, especially for, you know, me, as I'm 28 when she was born. So 28 years of my life were totally different. I was a single child in my family too, you know, so I was very used to being alone and not saying sharing, but not being open when someone next to me. Obviously now that's different now that I've gotten, like, experience through life working with jobs or at least being social. But definitely in a family, it's a lot different being the only child, that's for sure.
You wish you had siblings?
I do. Well, for me and my girl, we definitely want more kids.
Word?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
At least 3.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at least 3. It's always good to have, you know, the oldest, the middles, and the youngest, you know.
That's so funny, yo. So my girl wants the same shit. And I'm like, yo, that's mad kids. But, I mean, look, that's what's up, bro. I fuck with that. Do you imagine yourself still living in New York, or you wanna?
I definitely want to go back to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Orlando.
We'll start off in Orlando. That would be the stepping stone, just because, like, my mom lives in Orlando, so, and all my connections and, like, the people I've met, I worked at, was all in Orlando. I would love to live in Miami though. I've been to Miami a couple times, and every time I've gone, it's been a really, really good experience each time. Expensive though? Fuck yeah. It's very expensive in Miami.
Especially now, right?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't move since the pandemic down south. Right. It's definitely made it a lot more economically impossible. Not impossible, you know, but...
You gotta hustle harder.
Gotta definitely hustle harder. Definitely have to hustle harder. And Miami's really nice. The vibes are really good. All the people are nice. Well, I don't know the surrounding areas of Miami. I went to Miami Beach itself. Okay. So at least the people down there, I'm pretty sure they're mostly like people traveling through, visiting, vacation. But for the most part, at least people that work at the places I've been to, or at least just like how they treat you, it's definitely been nice.
Nice, yo. That's fucking lit, man. Do you, or have you been anywhere else?
Colombia, like when I was like 11, 10 years old, a long time ago. I didn't really enjoy it actually when I first went. First of all, my mom sent me as a punishment. I remember it was a choice between summer school to get to next grade or, you know, just get left back. That was the first time I got left back.
Okay.
I think it was 6th grade.
She sent you back as punishment? So what, you were working on a farm or what?
No, it wasn't just a vacation. Just because she didn't
want... How the fuck is that punishment?
To her, it was punishment only because it's something I'm totally not used to. I'm getting sent to a country where, you know, like, I don't know that side of the family. The only person I knew there was just my grandmother. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins, never met them in the
life. ¿Y tú hablas español o qué?
Claro que sí.
Okay, ya, okay. No tenías problema.
No, allá tenía que hablar español. No, nadie sabe inglés. Yo era el gringo. Every place I'd go to, my cousins, when they were around me, they'd be like, oh, he speaks English. He's like, oh, can you say this? Can you say this? Bro, it was weird. I mean, not weird, but it was very interesting.
Nah, but yeah, they were fucking with you. They were fucking with you. Because they probably wanted to learn some like lingo, right? Some slang and shit.
I was the center of attention to pretty much everyone was around. Even older people, you know, they would come around and ask me like, oh, like, you know, you're from there. How's it like? Because they've never been anywhere else besides where they live. Right. That's it. So I'm like the outsider in a way. I remember we went to our farm.
They got you pussy?
No, I was 10 years old at the time. But I would say this, so I had older girls come to me. That's about it. As a 10-year-old, that's about it. You know, that's as best as it gets.
Right? I forgot the part, the 10-year-old part.
Yeah.
Continue.
And yeah, it was very, very funny. Like I went. It was interesting stuff, mostly not in the city, but when I went to like the farm side, the countryside, different. I went to this little place called El Morro. That's what we call like our farm out there. It's pretty much like a big place, has a couple rooms and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a pit stop for other buses and trucks to stop because it would be a route. And they would go through, so they would just pit stop there to like everyone get off the bus to get drinks. We had a deli pretty much attached to our house. Oh, wow. Yeah, and I meet a whole lot of different people from the city or people who live out in the farmlands, people that work around there on the farmlands. Oh, wow. So I was always getting to know a lot of people. I actually knew...
A lot of different walks of life.
Definitely, definitely. Especially from that place.
So it was active. It was not like...
Oh, yeah, it's very active. It wasn't that. And plus, like 5 minutes down the road was another town full of people there. But people that only live specifically in that town. So they don't leave anywhere outside from that town.
Wow.
Like to the point...
all they need is there.
Yeah, exactly. They have, you know, their farm life, which they use for food. They have crops. They get their own water. You know, so it's... And they have, like, cows where they milk their cows.
But it's different milk then, right? That's real milk.
That's straight milk. Like, milk. No filtered shit.
100%.
Yeah, 100% milk. There'd be some crazy animals over there too. Well, at my farm we had some pretty...
there's a farm. You guys have a farm.
Yeah, we had cattle. On the farm. I didn't work there, no.
Okay.
Because I'm a
This was a vacation.
In a sense, yeah. My mom just...
This was a vacation.
At that point. Chilling. But I didn't like it though, because it's so different from the city life. It was like... I don't know. I felt very like I said, like an outsider. You know, I didn't know their way of life. I didn't know what they'd like to do, or you know. At least when my cousin was older than me, we'd just play soccer. That was like the only thing we could definitely relate to, is just to like play soccer. But it was crazy because over there, it's like a lot of these people don't wear socks or sandals. They just walk on the gravel with their feet. So I'd see that and I'd be like, bro, how does that not hurt your feet? You're walking on rocks, like sharp rocks. And eventually I got used to it too.
Word?
Yeah. I started doing it. I was like, let me see what the fuss is about. Like, you know, because they say it's good to like have your feet breathe out a lot instead of being in socks and shoes and sandals all day. Because that not filters, but it creates a lot of like bacteria and stuff like that.
They believe in like having your feet connected to the earth, right?
That too, yeah. They would walk on the grass,
right.
except when they work, you know, they wear their boots because of mud and stuff like that.
Right.
That's different. But another funny thing too is like over there, like all the kids, you know, everyone likes playing PlayStation back then. PlayStation 2 was a big thing back home. Everywhere. So there would be a lot of shops where you could literally go to and pay 500 pesos. I don't know how much that's in American, but it was like a coin at 500 pesos. And you could play for half an hour. And the guy who would own that section, he would have like 3 TVs connected with PlayStations and have like a big book, pretty much full of CDs of any game you wanted to play. And that was like everyone's thing. Kind of like over here, they have like those computer spots, computer cafes, where like there's like 20, 30, 40 monitors for you playing. Over there, it's just mostly like PlayStation and stuff like that.
Oh, wow, because that's what they want anyway.
Yeah, that's like their pastime instead of like just being on like the farm place and shit like that. Wow. Yeah, and it was pretty fun. Actually, I did my first confirmation and communion there. Not really that religious, but because of family-wise, they wanted me to do that. Mm-hmm. And my godfather actually gifted me a cow.
An actual cow?
Yeah, a cow.
Do you have a cow back home
well,
in Colombia?
I mean, I'm 29 now.
Oh, so yeah, so the cow's dead.
Probably eaten already. Yeah, I don't know, but it was a cute cow. I remember it was brown and white spots, and I would always go feed it plátano. That was her favorite thing to eat. Okay. Yeah, her name was Niña. Niña, yeah.
Shout out Niña. You were probably someone's lunch.
Probably. Yeah, it was definitely a different way of life being in Colombia.
Well, yeah, for us, I guess simple.
Very simple, very old school. Very, very old school.
So you would go back to that? You would live that lifestyle?
I would live in the city, though, instead of going to the farm. Okay. Yeah, just because...
How's the city life like?
I hear the city life is pretty...
Oh, so you didn't even go? You never gone to the city?
I have gone, yeah. Okay, because initially when I get there, I land in the city of Medellin, and then from there, my cousins and uncles, they live in the city as well. My mom actually bought a house over there, and so now whenever we decide to go to, like, at this point forward, we have somewhere to stay.
That's lit.
Yeah, and she was planning on getting a car over there too, because over there transportation's taxing mainly. But it's always good to have a car, but I think a car's a little expensive over there. And I'm not sure like how much they go for. My mom tells me it's a little pricey. But that would definitely be nice to go now. Now that I'm older, now that I like know more stuff, especially when I know there's a lot of like fun places to go to. Yeah. It's something definitely I want to look. Don't worry about it. I look forward to going to do.
Yeah, man, because you have to travel, you gotta explore.
I want to explore, bro. I really want to go out the United States. I've only just traveled within the United States. Aside from like how we're talking about where I've gone to. Colombia's one. I've been to Canada. It was just, my memory's not too strong of it because it was just like for a little vacation to see the Niagara Falls. Like do like the kind of tourist kind of things. Okay. But if I were like to go travel, I like to go with no agenda. Just go get lost. Right. Go somewhere, go get lost.
Yeah, I've met people that just wanted to follow an itinerary on their vacations. And I'm like, oh man, that's so whack. It's just boring.
Yeah, why not go get lost? Because that's where you find the cool shit at.
Well, they say by getting lost, you find the city.
Yes.
You know?
That's true.
Getting lost in the city, you find it.
Yeah, because you get to see the heart of the city. What is the city like without everyone else that goes to it? Because that seems to be the most main attraction for certain reasons, you know, but those kind of places also make it convenient for the people that want to go see it. Yeah. Go to somewhere where no one's expecting like an American person to show up. You know, that's where like, oh, like this guy's from out of town, like this is what we have to offer. And it's like, oh, like you don't do what they do. That's more common in pretty much, you know, those kind of places. So that's what I would like to do. I like to go somewhere and get lost. Probably find like a rundown like gas station or something and see what, you know, what their life is like or like what they have to offer there. Right. Aside from where like a more popular place would be.
You seem like the type of person that would enjoy just a genuine conversation with someone that you randomly met or for whatever the conversation is about.
And yeah, to see what's their background like, you know, like how did you get here? Like, you know?
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Why? Definitely blue. I don't know. It's just the shade, the brightness, the depth of the color as well. Like
the depth.
Yeah, it's like you know, this would be like I guess like kind of like a light tint of blue. Right.
But there's different shades of blue.
There's definitely a lot of shades. My favorite blue would definitely have to be royal blue.
Okay. How come?
It's just very. It's not very dark. Not that light neither, but it's a very good like blue. Yeah.
Okay, word. And what's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal, I would have to say a jaguar.
Okay, how come?
Just was it jaguar or is it panther? Panther. Just because I like their coat, how dark they are. Like I know some photographers that's taking really, really nice shots where like you just see like just the glow of their eyes and like their color of their coat. It just blends in with the surroundings. So yeah, they're really, really.
And what else about them? Like the characteristics?
They're pretty lazy from what I see. Yeah, they like to like loaf around. You know, they're not like the really aggressive tiger that like, will come and get you just because you in their place. Like no, you know, they get curious to look at you at a distance. You know, they'll ponder and see like are you worth it or not. Okay. You know, worth the kill. Yeah. They're pretty chill, cool, like you know, cats, bro, and I like that. You know, I actually seen on Facebook or somewhere on social media, some lady grew up a panther with her dog.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
And bro, it's crazy.
You said panther or jaguar? You said jaguar before.
I said jaguar before, but panther's what I really mean. Because I think a jaguar is also orange with like.
They're not the same.
No, I'm saying they're not the same, but like a jaguar is like orange with like black stripes, like not black stripes, but like black patterns on them. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Something like that, but I know a panther.
We can look it up.
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, I know a jaguar is definitely orange, just like a regular tiger would be, but they're.
But we'll look it up after.
Yeah.
I'll edit it and be like, I'll tell you what it was.
Yeah. So, yeah, just because they're very calm creatures. Obviously, they could kill you if they wanted to, but it's cool that they can decide if you're not worth it or not, in a sense. What about you? What's your favorite?
No, it's about you. Hold on. I got to ask you a couple more questions.
Sure.
What's the first thing you do at a beach?
Beach? Light up my joint.
Are you going to go into the water at all?
Oh, I do, but I just wait it out a little bit. I like to enjoy the fresh air. You know, there's no buildings. There's nothing blocking. Just you feel all that air, especially from the sea, since it's coming your direction. It feels good. Just lay back, relax. I don't actually like to tan. The only reason I'm tan now is because of my job.
You're not tan.
A little bit. I mean, you compare peers.
All right, whatever, man.
A little bit. I got a little bit, but it's just I don't know. I like to be my natural skin tone, which is white. Especially, and when I tan, I don't tan. I turn red instead, and I hate that shit.
Okay.
I get burned pretty easily.
Damn. Okay, and but you do go into the water after a while.
Yeah, after a while, I like to dive. I actually like to swim.
Okay.
I've been dying to learn to swim since I was little. I remember I used to be in the bathroom, in the shower, in the tub, just paddling. And eventually I got the hang of it. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old when I already knew how to swim.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and I used to swim out. My mom used to yell at me, don't go that deep. But I was just out there, just swimming.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, last question. So imagine yourself in an all-white room, right?
Okay.
And there could be objects in the room, but everything is white. How do you feel inside the room?
Insane in a way. Whereas like, why isn't there no speck of any color in here? Like, why is it so white? Why does it have to be so white? What's the sense of this room like? Or at least, it makes you think about a lot of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's an empty space. We're so used to seeing different shades of color.
There could be anything you want in it.
Oh, okay.
I told you, you could have anything.
Oh, anything you want in there. Okay.
But everything is white.
Everything is
How do you
white.
feel
So it's like a couch or it's like a car in there.
Anything you want.
But everything is white. Shit. I don't know, bro. I'd definitely be like scared in a way. Be like, damn, why can't anything be any other color? Am I completely white? Like, if I look at my hands, like my nails, are they completely white as well? Or is that's the only thing that's colorized?
All I said was that everything in the room was white. Including
yourself.
I didn't say you.
Okay. Everything besides you is white. Okay, so that doesn't make me that insane. Because I'll start thinking about that shit, but like, why is everything so white?
Okay. So the first question, right, was about the color, right?
Yeah, okay.
You chose blue.
Yeah.
Because there's many depths to it.
Yeah.
And like...
Also reminds me of the ocean.
And it reminds you of the ocean. And you chose specifically royal blue.
Yeah.
You know, and the color represents how you look at yourself. So like the deepness of the blues, you know what I mean? The shades of blues, there's different sides of you, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And then the animal represents how other people look at you. Okay. So you said jaguar at first,
but I meant panther.
But then you know because of like that, you said lazy. When you said lazy, that made me laugh a little bit in my head.
I'm not gonna lie, like lately, I can't lie. You know, sometimes you get too comfortable, you get lazy, especially in your situation. Oh, I don't like to be lazy. I remember some point I was very, very on top of everything, like in my life wise. It's definitely a really great feeling. Very confident, very strong feeling once you have everything organized.
Yeah.
Instead to where like you don't have to worry about shit if something goes wrong, because you know you can handle that.
Right.
It's a very empowering feeling.
Yeah.
And, you know, every day I fight with myself to think, like, there has to be a day I can break out of this laziness. Like, you know, what's the one thing where I could wake up and be like, all right, you know, why don't I leave this behind and move forward?
Right.
But I'm stuck in that phase where I'm trying to figure out what's that one thing that will click. What's the one thing that'll push me to be more productive with myself and more goal-oriented. That's something I definitely look into every single day and think. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm very comfortable that prevents me from getting more further from what I'm already am. But there's definitely some type of thing where, like, I want to be more focused, you know, more into what I really need to be doing and not be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the beach represents how quick you are to jump into things. So the fact that you'd rather just enjoy the scenery and the breeze and the experience of it all before going into the water is like how you experience life. You know what I mean? You don't want to like rush into a decision so quick. You know what I mean?
That's
true. You want to like take your time and just see it all and just enjoy everything first.
Just
and then
grasp everything around and then just and
then make a decision. And then the last question, the white room, basically just represents how you feel about your life at times. So if everything's too much of the same, you're gonna be like, wait, you're gonna start thinking about like the deeper sides to what's going on. You're probably going into your own rabbit holes, if you will, when things are just too bland. You probably want to spice things up or take trips and do these things for that reason. You know what I mean? To have a sense of, I guess, thrill.
It's actually really good to like view it in that way, just because like I feel like I'm so into this routine that I feel like it's such a very everyday thing, a daily basis thing, you know. And it's always good to break routine because you start to really like other things, and even things you don't like, maybe you will like just because you haven't done them or tried or thought about them because you're so used to your routine. That's another thing I should be thinking about too. That's pretty good.
And then you were like, am I white?
Well, yeah, because I gotta make sure I'm not going crazy. Like, damn, everything's too white here. It makes you freak out.
That was funny. But yeah, those are those types, questions that this girl asked me back a long time ago, and every now and then I ask those questions to some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are pretty good questions.
It's interesting.
If you add it to where like it relates to your life in the sense like what you like or like what you're thinking of, like you said, like the animal and those perspectives. That's very good questions because it makes you really think about what it is that's really going on. You know, because we're so focused on this, like I said, routine mentality that we don't think about those things. You know, or at least people around us don't ask those questions because maybe they're stuck also in their routine.
True.
So they don't even think about that as well. But it's always good to break routine. I think that's a very crucial thing.
Do you feel like it's because it's necessary to adjust the position?
Yeah, it is. Just because, you know, one day, let's say, like, you know, you want to go accomplish your goals, right? But you're so used to doing the same thing every day that you feel like if you do something different, it's just like, is it worth doing? Like, you start second guessing yourself.
Well, you got to see what works, right?
That too.
If it works, then you keep on doing it, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're constantly doing the same thing and it's not working, then that's insanity.
Yes.
You know, it's the expecting different results when you're doing the same thing. I forgot what the phrase is, but something under those lines. You know, because you need to figure out what is working for you. You know what I mean? And what is possible for you. You have to be real with yourself. You have to see life for what it is, you know. And also, there is a sense of confidence, I feel like, with everything that you do. You know, there's a sense of confidence with how people determine who they think they are versus how other people look at them, you know?
Yeah.
Because it is almost a mind gap type of thing. You know, I think about mind shift, thinking about positive affirmations, thinking about going forward. Some people get caught up in the negative of it all and never try.
Yeah, because they don't see anything past that.
Right.
They see someone else's success, but then think negative on their own success. Being like, you know, they probably did it their own way, and I'm never gonna achieve what they do because I'm not doing what they do,
and that
which is wrong.
It's wrong, and it's also like a hating spirit.
Yeah.
Like, people who are envious lack the foresight to see if you could be proud and happy for someone, that can be possible for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could see someone like, wow, they did this, I could do that too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of how much you want it.
That's true, yeah. Without that type of reinforcement, like pushing you forward, you're never going to get there.
Exactly, brother.
Since high school, I know you jumped around a lot of high schools back then, right? I mean, I know you were at Flushing for a while.
So the first school I went to was QSI.
Is that the one by RFK?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got hit by the bus.
Okay.
And then I went back, but then I was having mad problems there, and then they basically kindly asked me to leave.
Oh, damn, okay.
And then I went to Flushing High School.
Okay.
And then
yeah, I remember when you came, I was very shocked. I was like, oh shit, it's Axel. Axel's back.
I came 10th grade.
Okay.
10th grade to Flushing High School. And then from Flushing, I graduated from Flushing.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to college. I went to Gutman Community College, and then I went to Hunter College.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember a couple people went to our Flushing, actually. Like, I remember Chris Barrios was in Flushing for some time. I don't know what happened to him. I know he got into one fight.
Yo, Chris Barrios was like that dude that was like brolic since like 12.
Yeah,
like 12, bro.
Like, very
I shouted him out in one of these fucking episodes a while back. But bro, this dude is like, his whole family was stocky as fuck.
I met his brother. Actually, I worked as a driver instructor out in College Point for some time, I think a year, and I met Anthony. Yeah, I was teaching him lessons, actually. Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Teaching him lessons in what?
Driving.
Oh, word?
Pretty much for their driver's license.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, my boy owns a business on 9th Ave. Shout out Carlos.
Shout out Carlos.
He has his own business there. Interborough Driving School.
Okay.
It's on 9th Avenue, and I think 120. No, College Point Boulevard and 9th Avenue. Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, I did that for about a year. I was teaching people English and Spanish how to drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bilingual.
Bilingual, yeah.
Yeah.
It came in.
It came in clutch. It came in handy,
it definitely
right?
did,
It does.
yeah, because I would be lost if because I knew one of the other guys that would work there too.
You were teaching them stick or like manual?
Just
automatic.
Automatic,
okay.
yeah, because driving on the driving exam they don't teach it. Well, you don't do the test in manual.
Right.
So yeah, I was teaching a lot of people. Definitely met a lot of interesting people while driving as well. Ran into a couple people that I knew too personally, which was very funny.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it was a good experience.
How was those interactions like? Did you see the name, and you were like, whoa?
Yeah, I would see the name, and be like, I know this person, like, and then I'll pull up to the crib, like, this is like, it was definitely pretty funny because we not only teach in College Point, but we'd also teach people from Whitestone as well, because he also had an office out in Whitestone, so it'd be mixed and parts of Flushing too, not too deep in Flushing. Which I hate, by the way. Like, I currently work for Amazon, and they sometimes have me in Main Street itself delivering. It's not a lot of stops. I get like 50, 60 stops, but it's all buildings. Yeah. All buildings. I'll get lucky if they have like a security guard or a receptionist there to take the packages in one shot. If not, I have to go door to door to door, floor to floor to floor.
And in the parking situation, they pay for the tickets?
I just double park anywhere, bro. I don't care.
They pay for the tickets, right?
I can't even find one, but I have not gotten a ticket yet.
What?
Yeah, I've not gotten a ticket yet. Parking.
That's crazy.
I just park at pumps, no standing signs. Like, I don't be giving a fuck. I just double parking anywhere. I mean, I've been quick too. I don't take my sweet ass time.
But even if they do ticket you, what happens then?
I think it comes out of your pocket.
No.
Because it gives you that responsibility where you should know where to park. And it's said to double park, but not at a pump or a no standing sign. So you could double park on the street, that's whatever. But if it's at a fire hydrant or in a no standing zone, then it's basically your fault.
Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if they set up some type of agreement with the city to get that done. Because you can't just double park.
Well, no, because they would pay for the ticket, but it'd probably come out of your check.
Oh, okay.
In a sense, that's how you would cover it.
Wow.
Which sucks, but I mean, hey,
yeah.
I haven't gotten the ticket yet, and I hope I don't.
Good shit. Word, me too, bro.
I try to keep it that way. But yeah, I actually had this weird, like, first time incident. As a delivery driver, the one biggest quote-unquote fear for a driver is a dog. A dog, you don't know where they're at, or if you're entering a place where there's a dog. Okay. Bro, it's Main Street too. I get this package, and obviously I gotta...
People don't be having dogs in Flushing like that.
No, but listen to this story. This is in the building too.
Okay.
So this happened recently, 2 weeks ago, I think. So it says to deliver to the 7th floor, and this is the first time going to this building too. It's on College Point Boulevard, and I don't remember what street. So I get in there easily, like some guy's coming out, so I rush in there. Because, these buildings, you got to ring until someone fucking buzzes you in, which is annoying too. So I get in, take an elevator, 7th floor. I get out. The first thing I see is a dog. It's a schnauzer, but it's kind of like a medium-sized schnauzer, so he was mixed. And on the sign it says "Beware of dog." I'm like, why didn't I know about this before I got into the elevator? But this isn't like I'm entering someone's house. This is like a hallway where there's 3 separate apartments.
Okay.
But the dog lives in the hallway.
What?
Yeah. He lives, there's literally like a house, a bed, there's literally like a bowl tray. I guess because all these 3 different apartments that share together, there's dog in some way, somehow.
They just have the dog there.
Yeah. As soon as you exit the elevator, he's right there.
And it was not a kind dog?
I mean, he was barking, he was sniffing, he was acting normal, right?
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I think I dropped the package and he was in the corner barking at me. But I had to go to the corner too because that's where the elevator button's at. So I think he didn't like I was getting into his personal space or he was getting cornered. Yeah. So he started getting more aggressive. But I didn't put my hand out and pat him and choke his.
You're like,
I don't want to deal with that, you know? I'm there to just do my job. I'm not here to, do anything to you. Yeah. So as I'm getting in the elevator, he lunges at me. And bites onto my pants. Lucky he didn't bite my skin, but he caught onto my pants and was dangling there for a minute. Damn. And I had to shove him off because I thought he was really...
What kind of dog? A small dog?
A schnauzer, but medium built.
Right? Okay.
Usually schnauzers are tinier, but this one was a little bit more bigger. Yeah, and he starts fucking biting onto my pants and like shaking around. I'm like, bro, what's good with you? Like, I'm just trying to go downstairs. Like, I'm trying to be out of your way, bro. The last thing I want is to deal with you. And then, like, after me pushing the dog back, like, I didn't want to like get aggressive with him because I know that's the worst thing you want to do with an animal is get aggressive with them because they'll do it 10 times more worse than you. Their owner came out. It was some Asian lady, and she was just like, "Oh no, I'm sorry." And like, we'll keep him back. I'm like, where were you when you were here barking for like the last 10 minutes? Right. Like you were just letting him chill, do whatever he wants. He didn't care. Yeah, it was crazy because I was not expecting all that. Like, bro, like I don't know. Every dog I walk around, like they'll sniff me, like I won't pet them immediately because I know that's the worst thing you want to do. It's like with cats, they don't like to be rubbed or anything like that. That's why you always want to stick your hand out and let them feel off of your vibe. Right. If they like you, they'll let you do whatever you want. Right. If they don't like you, they'll back away. And that's immediately a sign where, like, don't touch me. I got nothing to do with you. So I pick up on that.
Respect it.
I respect it, yeah, bro. Animals, as cute, small, friendly are, if they have some type of aggression, it's best to clear that out the way first before you do anything else.
Do you have any animals?
Not here, but I've lived with my mom for some point, and we've had 2 dogs. Okay. Unfortunately, they passed away, but she recently has a new dog that's a boxer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really, really nice female boxer named Chata.
Chata.
Really, really cute dog. I recently met her, I think this year. She's already had her for like a year or 2.
Nice.
Yeah, and she's
boxers are adorable.
Yeah, she's a very, very friendly dog, and they go everywhere together. My mom takes her to work.
What?
Yeah, my mom works at a plant nursery.
Okay.
So essentially, she's there. Not only does she does like office work, but she also does labor, where like she'll get in the truck and pick up the mulch or whatever she needs to move around with the truck. And the owners, they're really, really nice with my mom because she's been there for so long. Wow. So they let her kind of run things in a way. When they're not there, she's secured to take over the business. So they'll let her bring her dog. She'll have her dog bed there, water bottle, everything. Yeah. And my mom takes her everywhere, to the beach, to the to go shopping, like this.
She probably had it since she was a baby, right?
Yeah, exactly. And she's used to having small dogs. She had 2 Chihuahuas before. They're pretty much from babies to till they died. They were with us. But having a bigger dog is definitely different.
Yeah.
A lot more different. Yeah. I would love to have a big dog myself too. Like,
why not one day?
Yeah, I would either want like a German Shepherd or a Husky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of hair.
But I just love how big they get. They get pretty big. Yeah. They have really nice coats as well. Like I don't like the common like light brown with black German Shepherd. I just like the all black German Shepherds.
Oh, okay.
Those are more nice. I like their coat. I don't know. To me, they look nicer.
There's a wolf dog that lives on this block. Yeah. And every single time Tundra and that dog see each other, it's like.
Like beef.
Yeah,
what's with dogs, right? Like it's automatically always on site if I don't like you.
Yeah.
It's always on site. Like it's never
forever. Forever.
The beef never ends. There's no common ground.
Yeah, it's like nah. It's like no, fuck you. And then the other one's like, fuck you.
Right. It's weird, but that's I guess how they communicate with themselves.
But it is weird because my dog, I can show you a bunch of videos of my dog playing with dogs, and like showing her tummy to them, doing all this cute shit. It's all nice.
Yeah.
But then there's certain dogs that she fucking hates. I'm like,
she racist.
Yeah. Doggist.
Doggist.
Yo, fucking. I still don't get it, man. But I guess it's just they're true. Dogs are so true, you know, and honest, and like
they are.
They don't cut to any.
They
bullshit.
tell how it is, but in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely show that a lot. Yeah. And also, I feel like a lot of dogs are similar to owners in some ways, depending as to like how they're raised, you know, or like what they do together. Like my mom loves to go to the beach. When I went on vacation recently for 3 days, a small vacation, we went to the beach. We brought her with her, and she was just like my mom. They'd be tanning together. When she goes to the water, she'll follow her and jump in the water. So I see that a lot. Like definitely a lot of dogs like to be just like their owners in every single way possible.
Absolutely, they wanna. I feel like that's what they imitate. You know, the same way any creation imitates creation. You know,
of course.
Like for me as an artist, right, making music, I develop my sound through what I'm imitating from life, what I see and hear from life, what I feel from life. I want to like put on a wax, you know, put on a track rather.
Okay.
You know?
Music. When did it really start for you? When did you feel like this is the best time of my life where I could start really putting my vocals out there? At least having people get a taste of what I'm able to offer.
Well, I've been making music for a few years now, and I just every single time I drop something, I felt like I wanted to present this. You know, I felt like that it was good. That I felt that I wanted to show people this. You know, and then as I grew more in my artistry, then I started to want to like still carry my message, but then also have people enjoy it. Then I started focusing on how I can create harmonies and really sound good and appeasing to other people, you know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of people have their own opinions, but like the thing is that you have to navigate through like hating opinions or real opinions, like good criticism or just bullshit criticism from people that are just like, okay, you know? And then also on top of that, for me, I'm not trying to sound like anybody, so I'm not trying to be compared to this person or be compared to that person. I just want to create my music. And if you fuck with it, you fuck with it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I mean, like, look. Well, I first started with poetry, right?
Right.
And then I started making music. I was inspired because some people around me were making music. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, if they could do it, I could do it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I started doing it, and I was whack. You know what I mean? I was whack.
Then again, who isn't? Everyone has to start somewhere.
Right, exactly. And then that's also the trick of it all. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people can like downplay you or try to make you feel like you ain't shit, but at the same time you look back and you're like, wait, well, that shit was dope. And then other people might like it, and then other people don't.
Yeah, because it's a growing experience.
Exactly. And then as I grew into it, I started to. I did get lost. At first I was like trying to make music that people would like. And then at first when I started making music, I wasn't trying to make music that people like. Scratch that. At first when I started making music, you should have did that right there. It's going to be hard to take out.
No, I'll just pick it up like.
You see it?
My bad.
No, it's all good. That's on you. They have weed on that shit.
Bloopers for the podcast.
Bloopers. No, we're going to keep all that. That's some funny shit. But, you know, art and putting it out there into the world and just doing it, people are going to say a lot of shit.
Of course.
And I think that's the point of it, you know? Like, a lot of people didn't like a lot of artists until they died. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? Living in Florida, I noticed that a lot because another thing about... Yes. That was such a huge thing down south in Florida. Not only because he's from there, but also because it's like that's the lifestyle that a lot of people in Florida are part of. Music. It's such a big thing. Obviously, it's big everywhere, you know. There's New York, Cali, you know, all these big cities, but I feel like Florida is very, very oriented to their artists, like where they literally go out and support a lot of new artists. Even if you're not known, the support is crazy down south.
That's what's up.
It's a very huge thing down south. And when Tentacion died, bro, so many people went to his funeral. Like, a crazy amount of people. And not just celebrities or, like, people from...
all walks of life.
Yeah, would literally go to this funeral. And, like, even... I forgot what artist. When Kodak was locked up down south, the support was crazy. Like, everyone was, like always for him, like whatever he was going through in jail, like it's not right, it's wrong. Like they really support their artists pretty heavily. Yeah, not like most cities where they just like listen to them and then that's the best they do, you know. But I see like a lot of down south, everyone likes to be more together than everywhere else where everyone's to themselves. Yeah,
because sometimes I feel like people get caught up in fucking the whole rat race of it all.
That too.
You know, it's like, are they caught up in themselves or they been hurt by people, so they just want to move diligently, you know? Can't work with everybody. You could try, but sometimes it doesn't work.
No.
You know?
And that shouldn't only be like you, that also could be the other person too.
True. Can you put grab in it?
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I smoke with them Brooklyn cats. I guess that's why I like the fucking grabba in it.
Yeah, me and just all my boys, they just smoke without grabba, so that's all I'm used to. I actually used to smoke a lot of blunts, like straight Dutches. That's all I used to smoke. Like, it would be like all types of cigars. Actually, at some point, well, when I was living down south, I worked at a gas station called the Racetrack, and it would be like a little, like, I guess 7-Eleven in a way. They had that kind of setup where they had snacks, fountain machine, like sodas. But not everyone came for that shit. Everyone where I specifically worked just came for Dutches, cigars, fucking what else? Like the nicotine shit. What's just like what they chew? The tobacco they chew. Yeah, that's like big down south. And all these people would, you know, I never really used to smoke blunts like that. But, like, I used to see all those people, and I'd be like, yo, is this any good? Like, what do you recommend? Da-da-da. Like, oh, you haven't tried this brand? Try that brand. Try this. Like, yo, like, there's a lot of different shit people smoke down there. I gotta say, New York City, hands down, or just New York State in general, like, grabba or Fonto leaf, that's only here.
Really?
Down south, I really don't see nobody smoking with grabba.
That's not true, because when I was living in Tallahassee, I smoked with this dude, and he fucked with the grabba.
Maybe it's the people I ran to, but when I lived in Florida, no one ever smoked grabba. I've never ran into somebody that smoked grabba or Fonto. Besides, like, Backwoods. Backwoods is, like, the most closest to leaf thing they would smoke. But, yeah, everyone would just be Dutches or paper. That's about it.
Shit, I guess it depends on where you're at.
That, too. So, it's funny, because Orlando's split into 4 different sections. The East, the North, the South, the West.
Okay.
East is, like, the alright place. South is okay. It's, like, a little, like, densely populated. The West, everyone really doesn't fuck with the West side of Orlando because that's the ghetto, the most ghetto side. That's where like all the homeless people are, and also like the most run-down places, like the hood in a sense. Like not really project buildings like we have here, but their version of projects would just be like welfare people basically. That's, I mean, there was nice places too, but it was more bad than good.
Okay.
And a lot of crime, definitely.
What kind of crime?
Car robberies, shootings, home invasions, burglary, shit like that, like crazy shit. I remember actually once at the gas station, it was at nighttime. It wasn't even that late. It's probably like 8 o'clock. I was changing garbage bags from like the garbage bins they have between the pumps, and as I was going through each pump, this guy pulled up in a pickup truck with his kid, and they both went into the store. He left his truck running because I guess he was just gonna go in and come out. But while that happened, some other guy jumped in the truck. Literally, like I was probably like not too far from it, but he looked at me. We looked at each other's eyes, and he went, and he just went off with his truck, bro.
That's crazy.
No fucks given, bro.
That is
guy
crazy.
Came out running, my truck. Fuck, what do I do? And I'm like, bro, just call the police. This is the best thing you can do right now.
Yeah.
Do it now before he gets further.
Right.
So the whole investigation went down. Come to find out, the truck had a GPS. It was a work truck. So it was a built-in GPS already in it.
Okay.
And by 10, 11 o'clock, the cops are coming because they're doing an investigation. They're checking the cameras. I was a manager at the time, so I was able to pull up all this stuff for them whenever they asked. And then right before they left, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna need you to come take a ride with us." I'm like, "To where?" Like, I'm at work right now. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, they actually found where the truck is, and we just want you to go verify if it's the person who stole it." And I was just like, "Oh shit." I mean, I was like, "Fuck it," you know. They said they were gonna shine the light on the guy, and he was gonna be able to see me. So I was like, all right, whatever, you know, just to help them out. I remember I was trolling the whole way there because I was in the back of the cop car with the person was driving it. So I was just making memes out of the whole time, like, "Oh, this is a weird Uber. Like, why is you know, like, I'm just here chilling in the back seat, no cuffs, because normally when you're in the back of a cop car, you're in cuffs. There's no way you're back there without it." So it was definitely a funny experience. And yeah, and then we got over there. We saw the guy. He was by a chop shop, actually. So they were ready to fucking break that truck apart for pieces.
Word.
Yeah, they found him by a chop shop. So this dude was almost there, but the GPS fucked him over and they caught him in time.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro. Like, people down there don't play. And it was not the first time either. I've seen cars get robbed in front of the store before a couple of times.
The same way?
Same way, yeah, because people just walk in and leave their car on, bro.
That's bugging.
It's stupid. Very stupid, you know. I where I worked, it wasn't really hood, but it was, I mean, I don't want to say really, it was kind of...
Bro, people were robbing cars from there. It was good enough.
Bro, I remember I got pretty, like, it was a pretty stupid situation. This guy came in, it was like 7 in the morning. My store manager's literally right behind me, so I was like, whatever. So he asked for a pack of Newports. Not like a pack, but like the actual carton, right? Because we sell by the carton as well. And he was just like, "Oh, like, actually I want 2. So as I turned my back, I left it on the counter and just went whoosh. Got outside and got his bike and dipped. I'm like, bro.
What the fuck, bro?
Bro, people down there are savage, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro. I used to see crazy shit too, like people come in with like holes in their needles, and like, man, you know, they would do heroin. I would see people like at bus stops fucking on like that, like
stringed out.
I don't know what it is, dude, but yeah, it'd be disgusting, bro. It'd be pretty disgusting. Damn. I mean, obviously, whatever they're going through, that's how they suffice, but it's a pretty bad sight to see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's, you know, like different types of life down there. A lot of different types of life.
For real. Would you imagine yourself being like anywhere else though?
Cali's too expensive. That's just another city that's nice too. Texas, I've heard a lot of good things of.
Texas is dope, bro.
Specific parts though.
Yeah, like Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. I have a friend of mine who moved there. Yeah, he's loving it. Like, everything about it's good. It's cheap as well. Like, bro, houses over there like $300K compared to here, they're like almost $1 million. So cheap. The cost of living is definitely cheap. The one thing I don't like about like these down south states, it's not like here where like if let's say you know you just want something from the deli, you just go downstairs, go to the corner, and there's your deli. There's nothing like that down south. It's mostly gas stations that you go to get those kind of things.
Wow. The camera just died.
Sheesh.
No, that means we spoke probably for like over an hour and a half or something like that.
Okay.
Yo, where can the people find you, bro?
On Instagram, actually.
Shout out your Instagram.
Instagram, BRZKen, BRZKEN. It's pretty short, but still I think I'm really on. I do play video games as well. Not often. I like to stream sometimes. Okay. But I haven't been active. I do want to get back into it, especially if I have followers. The Twitch is... Twitch at KEXNY. I do play this game called Apex Legends. It's a pretty fun game. Not sure if everyone's into it or heard of it, but it's a pretty fun game.
So yeah.
Ago, it's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know. So yeah.